What's going on, maniacs? This is your boy Media Fiend, and welcome back to another Media Fiend Book Club. And those who are new, welcome to your first Media Fiend Book Club. Basically, what Media Fiend Book Club is I read books, I give you guys my opinion on them, we talk about them. You can leave in the comment section whether you read the book, whether you want to read the book, if you think I'm full of poop, whatever. But this is just a channel for avid readers like myself. Recently, your boy Media Fiend has become a real avid reader, and I like to read a lot of books. I'm starting a home library. Like, I got a lot of books, and I'm trying to read through them. And so, yeah. So that's where the idea of Media Fiend Book Club came in. Anyways, with all that out of the way, my fellow bookworms are like, as you could tell by the title of this Media Fiend Book Club, we're going to get weird again, but in a good way once again. And in this episode of Media Fiend Book Club, we are going to review Goblin. It's called, the actual title is called Goblin. All That Glitters Is Not Gold. But on the front of the book, it's called Goblin. And basically, this is desperate for a break after losing his job, Cash and his materialistic girlfriend, Lynn, escape to a cabin in the misty Pacific Northwest. But when Lynn's jewelry goes missing, they awaken the wrath of an ancient, greedy goblin. Now, Cash and his friends must capture the creature and baptize it in holy water before the curse devours them all. Goblin is set in the modern world, but it feels like a dark fairy tale, something between Psycho and The Hobbit. It's magical, strange, a little spooky, and a lot of fun. Let me tell you something. That's not a lie. This book right here is only 115 pages. But this book right here is 115 pages of dynamite. This thing packs a punch and it doesn't let up. I love this book. Okay, so before I just gush all over this thing, let me just let y'all know. Before I get into this review, just know your boy gets excited sometimes when he reads, and so plot spoilers do happen. So if you haven't read the book and you don't want it to get spoiled, pause this, read it, come back and watch this review. That way you know what I'm talking about. I do apologize ahead of time. But with all that out of the way, we're just going to get right into it. So yes, this book takes place modern day. It's about this guy named Cash. He just lost his job. His girlfriend, Lynn, which I hated. I hated Lynn. Oh, I wanted the Goblin to get her so bad. She is materialistic. She's influencer type, which, you know the kind we're talking about, where money, I'm famous kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's this guy. He's humble. His name's Cash. He was a designer for this toy company, and he lost his job, and his passion is music. Okay, so the story takes place. He just lost his job, so his girlfriend Lynn, and two other friends are getting ready to go to this cabin for the weekend, meet up with a friend, and just chill, hang out, have a good time, one last hurrah before he comes back and really buckles down. And the whole time that they're up there, his girlfriend Lynn is all over his ass, man. Like, she is horrible. I could not have this woman as a girlfriend. She is terrible, dude. Oh my gosh, she screams at him, she yells at him, she makes him look like a piece of shit in front of everybody. And all his friends can sit there and do is just like stare or whatever. Try to like ease the craziness. She's just an awful person. I hated her. I did. This author did a good job, dude, of having you hate this woman. I could not stand her. I wanted the Goblin, well, we're not going to get graphic, but I wanted the Goblin to mess her up. So they go up there and they're at this cabin. They're renting it from this guy. Barry is his name. And this Goblin comes and just starts stealing her shit, basically. And Barry See, with Barry, it's a weird story. He leaves bowls of warm milk out for this goblin. I'm not going to tell you why, but he does. And Lynn, of course, because she's a dumb bitch, puts her gum in one of the bowls. And the goblin comes and starts stealing stuff and drinks it. And it was just, I guess that pissed the goblin off, and now it's personal. You know what I mean? And this whole book is about this goblin coming in, stealing their stuff, and then they see him, they go steal their stuff back. But of course, Lynn does something that sets the goblin completely off, and then it just goes haywire. Then this goblin goes into murder mode, and he's trying to kill everybody. You got to check out this book, man. I'm trying to get the point across without giving you away anything big, but you have to read this book. I gave this book 5 out of 5. And here's the thing. Here's the funny part. The guy who wrote it is actually a director, and he wanted it to be a movie. This is actually, I guess, like a screenplay. And he's selling this book on eBay and on TikTok and stuff like that, at least what it says in about the author, to fund the movie. He wants to turn this into a movie. And let me tell you something. If the movie is as good as the book, dude, I would definitely go watch this. This, like I said, this book was creature feature. It felt like, I mean, it said Psycho and the Hobbit. I'd like to say Leprechaun. A little mix of Leprechaun in there. If you guys remember the first Leprechaun film, when they're locked in the house and he's trying to get them because of his gold, that had a real Leprechaun-esque feel to it. It's a great book. I hope he writes another one. I like this author. His name is Eric David Wallace. I was pleasantly surprised, and like I said, for the amount of pages that you get, it's not a dull moment. You know what I mean? Because of it being so short of a book, he hits you right away. I mean, listen to the first line. This is the first line of the book. Okay? It was a dark and stormy night. What better way to start off a book? It's a dark and stormy night. Now, the one thing I do have one gripe about this book, and that's the way he chaptered it. Okay? The only gripe I have about this book is the way he chaptered it. What I mean is, you know how each chapter, you know, it ends definitively and the next chapter begins normally in a normal book. It doesn't do that in here, and I think it's because it is a screenplay. Like, a new portion would start like in the middle of a page instead of finishing off the chapter, starting the next chapter. And it's not numbered. The chapters go by names. Like, this one's The Office. I can see that. It's real small. It's right up here. But then, like I said, you'll be sitting here reading, and he'll just start. Let me see if I can find an example. Like right here. Here's the forbidden door. The forbidden mind, okay? It's called The Forbidden Mind. And then you read it, and that's the chapter. And then it's like 1.5 pages. And then it's like he starts another chapter in the middle of the page. I didn't like that. I wish he would definitively finish a chapter and start to the next one. Other than that, this book is a 5 out of 5. I definitely recommend you pick it up. It's called Goblin. All that glitters is not gold. It's a definite good read. The only and another thing too, it's less than $20. It's like an $18 book. Granted, a bit pricey, but now I see why. And it's for me, it was worth every penny. So definitely check it out. 5-star read. Pick this up. Pick this up. If you want yourself a good creature feature, pick this up. Goblin. Now, to the next book that I'm reading. I already started it. It's been a while because I'm working a lot. But I decided to go the fan fiction route. And this one's only 80-some pages long. But this is called Quarantine. Friday the 13th story. Okay? And listen to this. Intrigued by his inability to die, his regenerative powers, and because capturing and detaining him has proved impossible and comes with mass casualties, a secret government agency decided to make Camp Crystal Lake Jason's prison. Using every resource at their disposal, they initiated an expedited, almost impossible mission, constructed a tall, solid steel barricade with beyond deadly electric fences and razor wire around the Crystal Lake campgrounds, and placed observation towers around the outside perimeter. Not long after that, some trioxin, if you know that, trioxin in the hands of a man with nothing to lose and a huge chip on his shoulder led to the world as we knew it ending. 1 year into the trioxin zombie apocalypse, in the dead of winter, a group of survivors are fleeing a horde of zombies and come upon the now unmanned, unpowered barricade around Crystal Lake. Not knowing the history and in dire need of shelter, they devise a plan to enter the assumed sanctuary of Camp Crystal Lake, but soon discover they are in Jason's home and they are unwelcome guests, and that they were safer facing the apocalypse. Jason Voorhees in the middle of winter in the zombie apocalypse. How do you not pick a book up like this? So yeah, that is my next read. I'm actually reading it now. My review should come up in a few days because, like I said, it is a shorter book. But yeah, Quarantine, a Friday the 13th story. And fun fact, the author of this book is actually, I subscribe to his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is called 80s Slasher Librarian. And I love his, he reads. He does audiobooks, and they're fantastic. I listen to him a lot. So to actually have one of his books that he's written in my hands and reading it, this I'm telling you, I'm not going to get into any reviews, but I'm excited to read this. It sounds really fun, and it's going to be pretty nice. So Quarantine, a Friday the 13th story, is on deck now. So, all right, guys, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this week's Media Fiend Book Club. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with them bell notifications. That way, when your boy Media Fiend goes live or goes on with these book reviews, you're in the know. And with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys. And until next time, this is your boy Media Fiend saying, as always, until we meet again, be chill, and we out. And happy reading. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Peace.